Good morning, friends. This is Prabir Kundu. Today, this video is on the topic of importance of communication and contribution of communication in our progress. See, friends, communication is the most important attribute of we all human beings. Either we are literate or we are illiterate. We are poor or we are rich. We are Hindu, Muslim, Christians, or of any other community. We live in any part of the world. Why? Because communication reflects our own character before others. Communication differentiates us from the huge mass of the people across the globe. Communication is the key to our progress. Okay? Communication is not all about what we speak or what anyone speak and utter from the mouth. But communication is all about what to speak, when to speak, whom to speak, and why to speak. Because it means communication has to cross the 4 filters before every word uttered to make the communication highly impactful and meaningful. See, communication is not at all the problem of this generation. Communication was the problem maybe of 100 years ago. You may be amazed at what I am speaking. Yes, I am speaking the truth. And in support of this statement, I am going to recite a doha from famous Sant Kabir Das ji, which he must have recited 100 years ago. What he has said? ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए औरन को शीतल करे और खुद भी शीतल होए. If I translate into English, it means that speak in such a way that it soothes all other people who is listening you. It not only cool others, it must cool to you also. It means that 100 years ago also, if Sant Kabir Das had understood the importance of this doha, means that time also the communication was the problem with the major masses. And now also communication is a problem on the major masses. Most of the talented people get struck in their life because of the problem in the communication. Okay, fine. Now let us see how many types of communications are available, right? So first is verbal communication, 2 types of communication. First is verbal communication and the second is non-verbal communication. Today I am going to speak to you regarding verbal communication. Verbal communication is of 3 types. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So first verbal communication is passive communication. Now let us see what is the passive communication. Passive communication is the communication where the speaker is in his lowest morale, lowest self-confidence, lowest self-respect. While he is speaking, it feels that he has committed some big mistake. Because of that, he had a lot of guilty conscience. He will give a posture like that, his head will be bowed down like this. He cannot have a face-to-face interaction because of the guilty conscience. His speech of the voice will be the lowest. He will murmur. Okay, so this kind of communication is known as passive communication, and this is the lowest level of the communication, the lowest extreme of the communication. Okay, now let us see the second communication, that is aggressive communication. Aggressive communication is the communication where the person involved in that, he by hook or by crook, whether what he is saying is right or wrong, without considering that what he is saying, what impact it will have on the mind of the other people, on the feelings of the other people, whether what kind of impact it will have on the respect of the other people, he will forcibly make it a point to make understand that whether it is right or wrong, you accept it. This kind of communication is known as a aggressive communication. Aggressive communication is also one of the extreme of the communication. Okay, like the passive is the lowest one, aggressive communication is the highest one. Right? Now let us see the third type of communication, that is assertive communication. Okay, what is assertive communication? Assertive communication is a communication where the person involved is in his total self-control. He understood before speaking anything, even when he is in disagreement with the others, when he doesn't consider others' statement is true, but he will be in his full control and he will record his statement, even he has to say no, considering that it should not hurt the feeling of the other, it should not hurt the respect of the other. He will speak his words, his comments in such a way. So this way of the communication, balanced way of the communication, is considered as assertive communication. Assertive communication is the best communication of the world. Assertive communication is the communication which is widely appreciated and expected by almost all section of the people, whether it is a personal or whether it is a professional. Okay. Now let us see, if a man has to do the assertive communication, what are the prerequisites are there for assertive communication? For passive and aggressive, there is hardly any prerequisite. But assertive communication has some prerequisite. What is that? The first attribute of the assertive communicator is that he should be a good listener. You need to listen the context and content of the other people, because until you listen it completely, silently, then how you understand that what he has spoken? And if you say something out of impulse like aggressive communication, then it is bound to be going to be wrong. So you need to hold the patience to listen what the other people is telling very coolly. What is the second attribute? The second attribute, that the person should practice pause. Means when other persons are buying, when you are listening, immediately don't give response. Consider whether a reply is needed for this or not. Think of it in your mind, that what he actually says, what he wanted to say, what he means to say, and after considering, talk in such a way when you want to oppose their statement, if you don't agree with their statement, so that it should not hurt the feeling of the other people, it should not hurt the respect of the other people. This is only possible when you pause, you purchase some time before you communicate. Okay, what is the third attribute? That you must be practicing giving respect to the people. You must be practicing giving respect to the people, and you should also speak in such a way that it should not hurt the feelings of the other people. Okay, so assertive communication is the best communication in personal or professional world. Assertive communication is the key to success in our progress in our professional or personal world. So practice the prerequisite or attributes of the assertive communication and be a assertive communicator. In my next video, I will cover up regarding unspoken non-verbal communication. Okay, till that, best of luck to you.